Phoenix in this game in particular? Because you feel like it's strong, or you just feel like this hero as a whole is in a really good position currently?
Both. I think, like, with the current meta, it just feels incredibly strong. You know, you always want percent damage, you always want to be able to out-sustain, you always want to provide yourself and your team the potential to, like, live longer, to be able to get into the right positions, to be able to set up for more things like ultimates. You know, MC can potentially get an initiation off, then back up, then while the Sunray or Supernova is going, use that as setup for an Echo Slam, things of that nature.
We will see. We are back in the kind of the history books here with MC offlane Earthshaker. He's completely taken over games, and we also need to look at SMG, how they're going to be able to get the Tormentors across the map, because they have some very valuable shards, in particular Phoenix. But if you get an early one for the Earthshaker, I mean, yeah, very, very important for him. Even the Dark Willow is pretty nice as well. So you look at dyes, maybe not as impactful. It's definitely not the worst, though. So have to see the fights with the Tormentors across the map.
I mean, even just the Lifestealer open wounds as well feels pretty nice too. And, I mean, if it gets super late, Arfu could turn into a carry himself. That's the thing that we also need to consider. You've got the Bedlam, of course, against the TA with the refractions, plus the Phoenix, all of his spells as well. No one.
Looks like it will be 3 for SMG.
I mean, I was watching the Asian games, and Willow was the reason that the Mongolia and Chinese teams won every single one of those games. Once played as position 1, and then twice Jingqiu played it and carried China.
We'll see if Arfu is going to be able to get to that position. We can hope out SMG as this game goes on, because it was all EG in that previous game. And again, though, we will see identical mid matchups. Ismail on the Conquer, no one on the Pango. So both heroes should be fine. I don't think we're going to get any difference from what we got in the last game between these two.
Do you think we're going to get the mid ogre at all this tournament?
I think so. If he had success in pubs, I think we'll get. I mean, EG have always been a team that will pull some flashy heroes out as well. You just kind of need to be feeling yourself. Something I think you brought up to start the series was this was a team that is like very confidence driven, where, you know, if they're feeling good on the day, then they'll pull out some flashy heroes. We've always known Whisper has a bit of a peculiar hero kind of pool as well. So we'll see. When do we get the Matthew Ricky too? That hero is buffed up a little bit, so we get some of the traditional heroes, or, you know, some of the quirky ones as well. Another Choreo Snipe. It's going to be a bracer this time.
We've seen very little Bounty Hunter as well, which I'm a little surprised about. People have been spamming that one in pubs as well. It got a base attack time decrease. So we'll see if that is going to be a factor both for support and core. Also, historically against Bristleback, it's been a pretty solid support just with how much armor you've got. You really don't care too much about the cool spray stacks, and you're able to just keep Janatering him, yoinking that gold. Don't let him get into the Bloodstone or the Ags.
I think something that you've brought up, whether it's been just with me in private or just in some of the games we covered, is that you feel like, you know, there's always potential for bounty offlane against like some very high sustained carries, and I wonder if that's even more now with the changes. So even, you know, mid bounty potentially, because we're at the moment in a meta where, perfect example, we got 2 melee heroes mid lane, Pango and Conquer, and I don't think that's going to change, especially with like Primal Beast being really strong as well. So what we saw previously when Nine was playing mid in, I think it was a Dream League game, where he just absolutely bodied I think it was an Ember with the Bounty Hunter. So, you know, we could even see that as well in a particular game.
There was a period where everyone was doing it. I remember Yopaj doing it as well in the CDPC game. I want to see Yopaj back at TI, man. It's too good to not be here.
Well, she was not their year. And I do hope we get to see, nonetheless, SMG be able to kind of... You know, they looked... I know this is not their full roster, but they bodied the qualifiers. Like, they really didn't break too much of a sweat, and I hope we get to see them at kind of their strength as well, and what they're able to showcase, because so far they haven't been able to do so. Maybe this game will be a little bit different. I mean, the lanes are looking pretty solid for them overall.
They are, especially this bottom lane. This is what we were expecting to see in that previous series between Liquid and Bedboom, with the Lifestealer going up against the Centaur. You've just got so much potential to be able to stay in lane against
top lane, because should be able to find first blood here. He's got a little bit to play with in regards to the wands and the Lotus. MC's got another round of the Enchant Totem. The cars is proving to be a huge issue with this Melden. Now, Arthur might also die as well to the Fatal Bonds.
You set sail for fail.
It's really dangerous territory, though, to be playing around in. Just hitting up onto his level 2. I wonder if they look to go for any sorts of plays down bottom, but they are very beefy right now down here. Already Bracer picked up by mid 1, already level 3 as well. So, yeah, the Ghoul Frenzy and the Thieves just provides them so much survivability and sustain. For mid, pretty much as expected, right? No one, very slight disadvantage, but C-Spile, it's really just around that X marks that he's looking to play once the laning stage breaks down, and they're looking to try and make a few of these skirmishes happen.
Back to form.
Any stacks as well? Except Matthew, maybe.
It's twice now that he's been on point with being able to make stacks. Last game out of this one.
Are we expecting a Radiance build out of mid 1 as well? A lot of the pubs that I've been seeing has been kind of this Armlet Radiance. I know we've got the Nightfall Radiance earlier in the day that didn't have success, but what do we feel like is going to be the item progression for the lifesteal?
Against a TA doesn't feel too terrible. I can certainly see it working. Might also just be considering something like the Deso, considering, I'm not sure if you really do have a Solar Crest builder for your team right now, but certainly with a Lucky Shot armor reduction, does feel nice to be able to have something else that's going to be able to enable you to take things like Roshan. Especially denying it away from someone like the TA is a vital part of ruining her game somewhat.
Yes, without a doubt. I mean, it's a hero that has a really big kind of 3-item power spike. It has not changed a whole lot, whether it's going to be, Dragonlance Blink BKB, or maybe, if a Desolate is in there instead of a Dragonlance. So, see what the choice is going to be. We do have our lane starting to dissolve as well. No one and Arfu is going to combine together to maybe put a little bit of damage into C-Smile. Does have the boat now to work with, so turn to the Dark World with Matthew here along with Panda. They've got the numbers superiority. Is it going to be enough to get this first blood? Looks, oh no, Alpha's actually still alive for the moment. Matthew's still trying to drag him back. Uphill miss, not there just yet as Matthew finds first blood. Rewarded with the gold, and might be in a position where they can't contest the power rune though, which will be something.
Dire's middle tower is
See about that. It does come down to luck a lot of the time.
way.
It's like, oh, nicely done, Panda. He knows that he's tanky enough. They're still getting in the bubble refill. Yeah, nice start though for EG once again. Of course, would love to give it over to a core instead of Matthew, but just with that, we're going to enable him to pick up his boots of speed.
Gold for my chest.
He's got ways to be able to make a few more of these rotations happen, allow him to make a few more stacks.
It's going to get knocked down to the low ground. Nicely done from no one. First ultimate usage of the game. Going to be able to convert into the kill. And you see what they're getting out of the map though. Mid 1, of course, uncontested down bottom. You've got Genuel getting some much needed experience on the Phoenix, and now they're going to go to Bakaz as well. So potential for SMG to get multiple kills off the back of this first rotation, and MC's got to yoink it as well. So much better start coming out from SMG in this second game.
Absolutely, and this is exactly what they needed to do, right? Probably pick off that maybe not shouldn't have happened, but they just had really good positioning to be able to scout out exactly where C-Smile was looking to make moves towards, and because of that, they end up getting a kill. Because of that, there's nothing really to stop them from making that move up onto the TA, so it is that flow-on effect continuing forward. The real thing that I'm looking to consider is, like, when are you going to have an understanding of, okay, we're going up against a Centaur, a Kunkka, and a TA. 3 heroes that love stacks. When do we look to prioritize a little bit of vision? And we can see Zhao is already starting to make that move towards the tire try area. Looks like they're going to at least yoink away the hard camp. Nicely done. This is the sort of play that you need to be making.
We got a little bit of, I don't know, support battle going on. Arthur and the Warlock. Might have to go back to a river. No, never mind. General should be fine. So back over towards the Warlock. Looks like they will finally get the kill. Dude, we're chasing each other for a very long time.
You know what, if the cause farm, that's all that matters. And you'd have to say that you're very happy to stay 1v1 in a lane as a TA versus an Earthshaker. Like, there really isn't too much that a Shaker can do to oppose you. So that's the sort of thing. That's why Bakaz, even with that death, is still top in the network.
Ooh, no one. He's in trouble now. Might have to ultimate. that's going to be the case, so we'll be fine, but it's a rolling... it wasn't Arcane Rune used with it, but out of resources and is in a lot of...
Really? He'll be fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See, though, I mean, the car's top of the net worth, and he's having a very good time. So when do you feel like he has to go back to the jungle, though? Is there a next couple of minutes, maybe? Or is he always going to feel relatively safe to potentially play this safe lane?
Depends who's missing off the map, basically. Like, I really feel like he has the potential to stay up there as long as Willow and Pango aren't there to kill him. I think Phoenix kills a little bit too slowly. I think the Shaker still needs time to be able to pick up that early-ish farm. So I think he can look to stay in that portion for now, but looks like they were spooked by that previous movement to be able to yoink the hard camp away. They just don't want these Ancients to go uncontested as well. It's important as well for, you mentioned the supports on SMG side, how great their ultimates are if they're able to pick them up. Panda, like another one of those heroes that doesn't really need too much in the form of items, he just needs levels. So if he's able to sit up here solo, push the wave out with the Fatal Bonds, he should be very happy with that.
Doesn't look like anyone's really too... at least excited about potentially making rotations. Like, very happy with the status that we have. Maybe there's a little bit of movements out of the supports to secure the power rune, which will once again go no one's way, but everyone's finding a decent chunk of farm. I mean, even Whisper, to be honest, is Vanguard 1300 gold, so he's still finding his way towards a pretty good timing out of his blink.
They all have higher priorities, to be fair, right? Like, supports need ultimates, and the EG cores need their stacks. That's basically it for this point. And, both of them, if they were to make a move and it didn't work out, then that's a huge
Dire's
disadvantage
top
for them.
tower is under attack.
Always going to be important, though, especially for SMG. When you're a lineup that does not have ways to take objectives, you need to utilize the catapults. And we'll be able to do so with this push towards top. So they're going to be able to open up the map. And we do see some similar rotations down bottom for EG. Bring Panda down here as well. Wisp, I think, was getting dived from the lifestealer, but nothing is going to happen.
Mid one's getting a bit ballsy down on this bottom side. Maybe he's learned from last time. He doesn't have any point in the invest just yet. Doesn't even have one to skill up to, if that was the case. But 1 point in the raid should be enough to be able to provide him safety if there is a Stampede use.
We're getting ready to go, though. Here's the ultimates and smoke out of SMG. Do they go through the portal? What's the call? No one's actually going to reveal on the lane, so it'll just be a solo smoke out of Arfu.
Dire's top
Trying to
tower
connect with
is
mid
under
one down
attack.
bottom. It's got, of course, the Bedlam at the ready, which might be the damage required to be able to get the kill on Wisp. I mean, it can always stampede away, so maybe you're happy with just forcing out that ultimate.
I think with the haste being popped as well by mid one, he's trying to... All players have like an estimate of
there's the
how long
go.
plays take to be able to
There's
happen.
the damage. They get him, actually. Okay. The Kaz is also already here. They're gonna... Oh, nice timing out of the Infest. Dodges out the Rock Stun. Now the counter could be there from Januel. Supernova drops straight on the head of EG, but there's just no stuns to prevent them from retreating, so multiple ultimates are going to be expended between either side, but it's just SMG that get the first kill onto Whisper.
I still feel like they're confident enough to be able to move on forward, but I'm not so
Can
sure.
they?
Middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
C-Spawn's coming down to bottom. SMG really got to reevaluate if this is an area of the map you want to be in. Now with the Conquer nearby, no one's still got the Rolling Thunder. Gonna look to try and disrupt the Conquer. Sunray's out as well, but it's only just level 1. The damage is not enough to be able to turn the Conquer away. And now no one, I mean, his ultimate's expired, but it's going to be Mind Control that's in with a big Echo Slam, but the damage, they need the follow-up, and it's going to come through once mid one's able to re-enter inside the river as Evil Genius just bite off more than they can chew, and now Matthew will be chased down as well as 5 members is required, but SMG find 4 big kills.
You just see the impact of that one coming through. Obviously a fantastic Echo Slam coming through there from Mind Control, dealing basically double the damage of anyone else in that team fight. But that's what I was talking about in terms of fighting around these little choke points. That's the point where these SMG heroes really feel their strength. You know, we saw the impact of multiple Brambles. We saw the impact of the Sunray being able to just push down onto that stairs and hit onto multiple people. So not only were you dealing that percentage damage, even just with the 1 point, it's that that mischance as well that you're providing. Doesn't change per level. It's 10% at all levels.
As net worth lead is ballooned up to 5,000 as well now for SMG. Another tower is probably going to go down as well. And maybe another kill. He's got the Stampede at the ready. Whisper really wants to hold on to it though.
I'm happy that we're not delusional with like how we thought that game was going to go between Liquid and Bedboom, right? Because this is much more of the lifesteal of the Centaur matchup.
Wait, mid one?
A little too far. Well, they got the Rolling Thunder available. Go.
Afu might even be able to get a solo kill onto Matthew. Nobody getting range though for the Bedlam. He's still going though. They got the Infest Bomb as well into the tower, and Whisper got no boys here. Your Templar Assassin is not ready. Conker's TP was on cooldown. SMG continuing to play this kind of fast-paced lineup, or at least fast-paced order, I should say, very well.
And with the Swashbuckler as well, he wasn't even able to get the Stampede off. One of the reasons that the Pango is pretty decent, if you're able to get that Swashbuckle first before the Rolling Thunder, he only has about 400 max mana, and it costs 150 of it to be able to Stampede away. No mana boots, no Soul Ring, no, not even a wand to be able to use as that sustainability tool.
This is a bit more of a... Dude, what is that damage? See, smart. All right, 1 point Sunray and the Bedlam. Tony goes. Matthew was there a little bit too late, and no one else from EG. In fact, Panda started to move over. They're able to get a glimpse of him with that Observer Ward, and they will hunt MC. Not able to catch up to him, though, with a Fissure. But Kaz as well just sidestep it. They've got another ward, though. We'll see Panda, and this should be rewarded in the end.
Where are you watching? Sex.
Kaz is being a little greedy here, still moving towards them. He's going to be underneath that ward. He's obviously not going to know that that's the case. Yeah, doesn't have a TP. He's going to just be forced to sit in the meld for now.
Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Blink reveal. This could be decent, actually. The Kaz going to reveal himself onto Arthur. What a timing out of the Swashbuckler. Are you serious? No one somehow reads the blink on Whisper, but Kaz blows up the Dark Willow, but that is all they'll get. This Mind Control is able to TP out, though, and that does force pretty much everyone top, even Panda TP'd here. So meanwhile, yeah, meanwhile just got a T2 tower.
Yep. I mean, he's got the Blightstone, right? He's got the Sustain for the lane, and now he's got the Desolator. So one of those two options that I was talking about, either the Radiance or the Deso is what he's going for, and he wants to force people back to space. I don't mind this. Like, how are you actually going to kill the man? You're going to need, like, Chaotic Offering, you're going to need a Blink, stun, everything from the... I mean, you can just invest and run away inside the Siege Creep.
Just
absolute worst case.
Casual half damage onto the tower? Okay.
I mean, he was hoping for a TP back so that he could maybe look to join the rest of the team.
What? So close from C-Smart from being able to land the turret. They'll get the horse on, but it's not going to matter. Chain control is not there, and now as soon as they see multiple members from SMG, they've got to retreat. Whisper will die inside the base, and now they're going to be able to catch up to C-Smile as well. But the Rolling Thunder stolen, it will not matter, as the fight is already over.
And that's just a bonus, right? Like, you're seeing the impact of the Sunray coming through from Zhao is just doing so much work right now, and he's not worrying about any vessel or anything like that. He's going straight into a Scythe of Vice on this Phoenix, just giving them that little bit of extra control that they need to be able to start things off. Not even needing to worry about the Roche either.
Not gonna get dropped as well with a roll. It's a great initiation, but it's just not enough. Mid one. Yep. Armlet out, Infest on Arfu. Nice attempt, but EG, that is everything used though.
Looks like they might be just pinging Roche. They're saying, you know what, it's top. We can look to take this one. Just shove out another wave and do the safe play. They absolutely cannot fight into us with this. Maybe they feel like they can just because there's only 15 seconds left on both the boat and the Stampede, but no Chaotic Offering is pretty significant. Especially if they're able to find a quick pick-off here, but it might be after they gets picked.
So some boys starting to funnel into the area. MC's ready with the ward. He's just waiting for them to group up to drop the Echo. And he might just use it solo to C-Smile if it's required. It is not, dude. They've got so much percent damage. Now they're even looking for more as well, as Matthew's going to get caught out towards the north. Not the double kill for SMG. They don't have some creeps around the mid side to be able to get the tier 2, but like you said, Roche could just be the prize for them.
Poor Afu just ended up dying to the blade mail from the Kunkka. Wasn't even able to do too many right clicks to him, but yeah, that's suffering from success is basically SMG this game. But you just see how much more effective this percent damage is, right, compared to what we saw in the last game. Like, both the Lifestealer and the Phoenix more than capably deal with both the Centaur and the Kunkka, both in the lane as well as the mid game.
That was
even like mid to late. You've got a Phoenix and a Shaker, like great teamfight ultis and late game Dark Lord. It's not like you fall off.
no, not at all. I mean, Afu's going to get a solo kill into a Warlock, so I mean, you see the level difference between the two. Warlock level 7 compared to Afu's 10.5, so the heroes that we are going to see. You already got a 13,000 net worth lead, but if somehow this game you lose a couple of team fights, you still have the supports that could be very pivotal as this game goes on.
Probably has an Octarine core as well, and 20 minutes in, plus the Blink Dagger. They just want to be able to consistently make plays, not have these big weak points where, you know, the low-ish cooldowns of the Stampede, the boat, TA's full kit going to be all that effective. So this was the Dragonlance, Blink Dagger, Desolated timing that we were talking about, those 3 items for the TA. She doesn't have that BKB just yet though, which is pretty significant, right? You're always vulnerable to the Terrorize, you're vulnerable to the attack speed slows coming through from Jianuel, who's level 12 now as well, so the Supernova much tankier.
Easy, first bomb. Target down C smart. Who cares about all your health for when you've got someone like mid one with that feast? And that'll be now the map fully controlled from SMG in regard to top and mid lane as well. They might even be able to chase down another if they sense Whisper. We'll see no creeps. I'm going to continue potentially hunting in the trees.
I don't think they're worried about heroes at this point. Like, if they find them, great, but objectives is what you want to get out of this Aegis, right? Just make sure that TA isn't free to be able to contest on this high ground, because it really does feel like she is a huge portion of the damage output that you're going to have. The start of these games for the Kunkka and the Centaur, I mean, just have a look at their net worth to see what sort of game they're having. Jianuel has overtaken C-Smart in terms of net worth. Without a Midas, and he's actually got that sight device coming out to him now.
Very cool. All right, Hex on Phoenix, 21 minutes in.
Bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Make sure you're killing those imps. Oh, this right. Oh.
Just gonna go back in. See Smile again on the front line, feeling tanky. Crimson Guard this time might stall it out at the moment. Can they jump onto the Rage Expires? Of course, mid one still has ages. 3 minutes here for them to work with.
There's always the stressor though, right? Going up onto high ground, even with this much of a lead, high ground is the great equalizer, especially when you've got someone like the Warlock. Full points upheaval, full points fatal bonds, not wanting to give over a valuable tool like the Fisher as well to potentially be stolen by Matthew.
I mean, MC is instantly using that enchant totem. Very, very comfortable. We obviously see with this Shaker into Rubik matchup.
He's seeing a full wraparound here by Afu. This is a cheeky play if he's able to make it work. Just providing vision up on the high ground, saying, mate, no one's here right now. Just holding onto the gem, seeing if there's any observer wards.
Ah, that's...
Can he get the full backlight? He might be buying an observer ward.
Okay, backpacks it, thank you.
Gem? Okay.
Dude, I was so worried how deep he was. See, Smile? He's like, hang on, where'd that purple pop out? Now he's stuck. Where does he go?
Ooh. He can't come out now. They see him.
Oh, they'll just take a fight instead. Straight onto Bakaz's head. Stampede helped get some distance along with the 4-star. That's a good start to the fight. Multiple ultimates are now down from SMG. What a jumping Whisper onto 3. Bakaz will line them up as well with the side blades. Age is taken care of. Have they got enough left to take the second round, though? Mid one, he'll just go back to dealing with the objectives.
Gotta make sure you get something out of this Aegis. They're gonna use the Fortify just to try and live that little bit longer.
Echo's still there for MC. Oh, he gets forced outside the base. Matthew, no buyback. Oh, Whisper just a little bit too late as well with the jump in. They might be able to get Arfu. Torrents are followed, but we see how scared Bakaz is to also continue to right-click. Whisper as well is also in some danger once Mid-One's able to lock onto his target. A couple of swipes feasting onto the members of EG, and it is a full set of barracks and pretty much for free.
They basically play the reverse card on last game. Mid-One 6-0-4, Whisper 0-5-0 on this Centaur. This is the sort of matchup that you're really expecting to see from that Lifestealer. You really couldn't ask for too much more. Looking to take away their outpost control, not giving them any breathing room.
How long till the rock? Oh, yeah, very long time. Never mind. 75 seconds, so we're not going to see this one. There's still a while, potential, and to move things over towards the right side, so a little bit away.
Trying to think of an avenue for them to be able to come back into this game. I mean, it has to all be on Pakaz, right? There was a great triple stun coming through from Whisper there with the War Stomp. He's got the Crimson Guard as well, but he's not doing anything beyond that. So is it just going to be around having that BKB so that you're not worried about the Rolling Thunder, you're not worried about the Willow's damage, you're not worried about... you can still get blocked off by the Shaker stun, I suppose.
I don't know what they're able to do with it, but Matthew's still in first, so we'll see if there's some crazy save play with it inside a fight, but...
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They ain't stopping anytime soon, though. Might have to, though. It's a lot of damage. Mid-One's not even going to die, though, again, but... Rolling Thunder...
This is what I was talking about, like, Batrider, not a Jao Nuel hero. Phoenix absolutely is, right? He just feels so much more confident playing these... like, he is a position 5 at the end of the day, right? This is your role, to be able to back up your carry, both in the lane as well as the mid-game. And I feel like you're just not enabled to do that as much with a Batrider, right? That's just doesn't play to his skill set.
I mean, if we're playing MC, might just drop the Echo, no hesitation, and Matthew's too late to do anything. He now reveals himself, so SMG will charge on forward, but be able to continue to potentially get another kill. Got to be cautious about the Fatal Bonds onto everyone.
Just rage to purge it off on mid-one. It's getting a bit annoying.
Maybe yours?
Oh!
That's fine.
Big hero to be down. There's that upheaval.
Poke is frustrating. Rock as well, and
Infest.
finally they get the kill. Very nicely done, but it's taken so long, and SMG might still fight.
It's only Panda that gets the unstoppable streak as well. It's not like a Warlock with money is really going to change too much of anything. Maybe if he ends up buying the shard for himself and, you know, ramping up the period where maybe the Kunkka gets lucky enough to be able to pick one up for free. Because Rubik's already got one. You'd love for TA... Oh, she already has the shard too. So, yeah, Warlock just laying down that upheaval from afar, just constantly spawning those imps, protecting the high ground, giving you a little bit more time and space for the TA to get to level 20 or some crit damage. Maybe that's the play.
Very interesting to see. All right, well, never mind. No yours. Car's able to snipe that. So I was going to say your MC wanting to go down this route to deal with potential X to delay the game, but he will not have the yours for a little bit of time. I want to speak as a whole while we have some moments here. That do we feel like teams will start to put a little bit more emphasis on like first phasing Phoenix? If you're mentioning a lot, this is probably going to be the TI where we have kind of the tanky meta, and we need to look at that percent damage, which you've been saying. But last game Phoenix was second phase ban. Do we need to see like more priority with it potentially picked in the first phase?
Yeah, I don't think Pango is first pick material personally, but I also don't. I think Phoenix is very punishable too.
Okay.
So it's the sort of thing where a lot of the best heroes are still being figured out, and we see 7 first phase bans now, so it's not like the overpowered heroes are going to slip through.
This is like we were bringing up earlier. Maybe that's where the lifesteal comes in as well with some of that percent damage. So it is still a very long tournament to be able to see teams find ways to address these heroes.
Cheeky defusal.
Very close.
Brings him up to level 18 as well on the Pango, so a little bit less cooldown on the Rolling Thunder.
And let's see how patient they get here from SMG. Do have Roche up very shortly. So much vision as well, just on the outskirts of this base, which is going to make it... you have to smoke to get out. There's no other way if EG are going to try and take a fight. So yeah, looks like they'll back up. They get their lanes into position.
Got the gem back again. Sent it all the way back to base. Got the courier to pick it up. And then has just walked on out again. There's a couple of wards in the lane that he could be able to remove, but hasn't come across them just yet. Good use of just being able to remove those psionic traps as well, though.
Oh, no, go back in, my friend.
Oh,
yeah, very good.
He heard you.
Radiant are
No!
scanning.
Roshan's guarding the gem. Oh, he picked it up again.
Well, they will see them starting to move over still with this lane ward, so...
Yeah, it has been removed yet.
They have this information. What can they do with it, though, in EG? I mean, are they even in a position where you can take a fight? Is it just all or nothing on this high ground?
I think this is a way to get out of the base, personally. Like, if you know that Roche is going on, at least you can pick up some farm for yourself. Maybe the TA gets into level 20. I don't think... Is this the game for Meld Dispels? I'm not so sure. I feel like you really need to just blow someone the hell up, so that meld armor reduction might be nice, especially if you're able to combine it together. Nah, he goes to Dispels. I get it, but I really feel like Phoenix just living through a lot of this is seriously hindering EG's chances.
That should help.
Radiant are scanning.
There's a lot of bounties.
That helps.
Mentioning the Phoenix being able to live, Genuine, just with the casual play mail at the moment. No, this will be into the Lotus Orb, but recognizing you, like you said, TA is probably your biggest concern, so I was thinking maybe something like an Aeon Disc, but with all this armor, we should be fine.
And you know you're going to be clipped by some random BS as well, right? Whether it be the Fatal Bonds or whatever, so Aeon Disc ends up popping, considering you are using some of your HP to use your other spells.
And it's going to be a little bit easier now to siege now. Lotus Orb over to mid one.
Oh, triple stun, nicely done.
Oh, he's got a heart, alright. Why not? This
I was
is...
just waiting for the Tormentor to come back up to get him something for free. Looks like he is.
Dire are scanning. Dire are scanning.
He's going to need to do something.
Because they are smoked inside the base, and if a fight breaks out right now, there will be no because. They're going to go for the dive under the T4 tower. Not much is going to stop them as well as no one V's his attention over to Panda to stop the rock. They haven't got any kill just yet, and now it's looking a bit awkward. The Whisper will still go down. Bakaz is back inside the base. Supernova dropped on the head, and there's just nothing they can do against it. It gives SMG firm control of this area, and they can retreat now accordingly.
Got the full Lotus Orb
Whisper,
available as well.
pretty decent jump in. Bakaz as well, lined up again, but Januel will finally go down to the Sideblade spill. Can they get more as well? Mid one's still playing with the Aegis. They'll snipe Arthur on the back line. They need more out of this. It was a pretty heavy investment, and now they're going to turn it with a double fissure. Mid one is just freely right-click and will charge down C Smart. Won't be able to guarantee the kill. Whisper will jump back in, controlling no one. Another round of the silence as well. They got the damage from Bakaz. Infest keeps him alive. No one won't die for the moment. And now MC's in over the top with the Echo. Bakaz is still alive, and this is starting to get a little concerning for SMG, but mid one should finally go down. Armlet toggles mid one still alive. They'll get the kill, but what have they got left?
Oh, the silence. Oh,
MC.
even better.
Good timing out of the Eels. What's the Infest cooldown? 20 seconds for mid one. Gonna beat away EG, just
diving.
swiping it.
Mid one
flies
plays.
at the moment, and mid one knows no fear. No torrents of concern. C-Smile, separation. Torrent will finally land as Bakaz is back in the middle. Stolen Fish is going to be very annoying, but maybe MC can help protect mid one. Infest up in fight, but oh, okay, just Genuel's back alive. Sunray, get him out, and mid one, somehow he lives through it all.
Somehow, and you still get 2 buybacks out of that from both the Centaur and the Conquer. So you're very, very happy with how that one turns out. You still end up living with your AC as well onto mid one as he looks to get mega creeps right now. Bakaz playing a lone hand.
Oh,
Doesn't feel like there's too much he can do. Oh, there's a DD bot as well. Haven't scouted it out just yet, but whew. This is the SMG that I wanted to see. The one that just ripped through those SCA qualifiers. I thought Blacklist would have been a very worthy attendee of TI, but SMG just made absolute mincemeat of them.
Yeah, both those series were really not close at all. I mean, to see that on the international stage there from SMG.
Dire's courier
It's Matthew
has been killed.
pushed inside the base. Smoke now for naught. This Fissure still with a high ground defense might be something to prove an issue. They're able to get one, but can they get more out of this? An early BKB out of Bakaz. They won't get the X back as Roll will still last. They're hunting though. Again, the Fissure. A little bit off the mark though with the spell casting. Genuel still has the Supernova if he wants to use it defensively. Torrent Storm's going to come out. Can they blow him up before the egg? They will be able to do so as MC waiting in the tree line to find an opportunity, but Panther drops the rock to potential cancel the TP. Dude, Matthew spellcasting an overall AG inside these team fights have been exceptional, but is it too little too late from them? It's not mega creeps just yet, 8,000 deficit, but they are showing some signs of life.
The gem's still on the ground. MC pinged it out. Probably someone claimed it on EG's side. Yeah, looks like Pandas picked it up. Yeah, that was a little weird. Just looking back at that, you can see Afu really not doing too much damage in that fight. It was because he was caught next to that weird little side gate thing, and he doesn't have a blink dagger or anything else like that. So they ended up jumping in without any sort of assistance from him. He didn't cast a single spell up until that terrorize at the very end, which ended up landing on nobody and not really saving too much. So just caught out on the wrong side of the team fight, unfortunately for them. Still though, I'm a little surprised that it's only a 7k net worth lead after multiple buybacks. I know they just claimed a few streaks and they won that team fight pretty convincingly, but you're a couple of lanes of racks down. You've lost the Roshan fight. Is that triple Wisdom Rune that mid one just picked up as well? Oh, that's a nice little bonus.
I don't know,
He's still behind TA in levels.
This game's kind of messy though. I mean, there's a Scepter on Matthew. He will lose Fissure, unfortunately, and we have seen so far it's been very difficult for him to steal it, but I have to do that once again, so we'll see what they can do out of EG. Science of life.
So, what are we thinking? We're thinking steal both Sunray and Supernova, and then use it, suck the teammates in while using his Sunray, somehow use that.
Firstly, just don't have Whisper die.
Okay,
that
that's
very awkward use might actually pay out in his favor. He kind of
54
griefing his
stars.
team accidentally. Or was it him? Whose force was what? Oh, must have. I'm still on cooldown. Oh.
Poor Whisper, even he's got a 4-star. Just realizing he needs to stay the hell away from this lifesteal and kite him out. They know that sometimes it's not about playing against the hero, it's about playing against the player. And they know that mid one is going to go for those dives, and they know that there's the potential for them to throw this game. Win probability is still only 5%, but certainly looks like it could get to a worse state or a lot better if they take one fight, if they dive a fountain, if they somehow get pushed back with the tidal wave into the fountain, anything.
No, Infestal again from Matthew. Then you got to keep that man alive.
Use it as well.
The crazy Scepter thing, right? That's the attacking side Infest, so I don't think we'll get any value out of that.
Once again, playing, I don't want to say scared, but conservatively. You know, they know that they don't want to give this one up again. They know they want to try and make sure that the only ones with tier 4 items are themselves. And I mean, that DD might be the difference maker. You know, previously I was saying you could wait for Roshan, but just take the DD and make a play now.
Potentially get the mega creep advantage here from SMG and then look to go from there. Like you said, Roche is up though, so they're going to make the call of fighting without this kind of secondary life and advantage of Roche. We'll see if that's going to prove to be an issue.
And losing the gem means that they're right underneath this observer ward with no awareness that it's actually the thing. They go for some sort of backline stab.
Yeah, just not even going to mess around. We saw previously that kind of poke with the help of the Fissure though was enough to be able to blow him up. This time, instant infest to retreat. They might go back in when the rage is up. He's trying to scout out MC. Whisper jump to what is the damage?
They stole Fissure.
All right, do smoke now and get out. I mean, you need to deal with the kind of the creeps that are starting to come inside the base. You stole the gem as well. 30 seconds, 4v5. It's gonna be cool. They got a pretty good ward as well that sees no one. They do not know that he's currently infested though.
Control used Ninja Gear just before he was underneath that vision, so maybe they think that they've got fewer people than is actually reality. Looks like the cars will be able to get away. They did have a scan available, didn't opt to use it to confirm their suspicions, even though they were on point with the fact that the cars was up here.
He's got boys behind him. This is not going to be an easy jump, but the fissure onto 2 supports might enable the initiation. MC, well done. And now no one is going to continue to create the chaos in the backline as well. They would love to force out this buyback, and they should be able to with mid one just going straight for the objectives.
No one's just making so much space.
Can he get out though after the buyback? That's not going to be the case. So no one will go down. Glyph as well would use this melee barrack still left standing.
Mind control again, just cutting off any sort of avenue for them to be able to try and chase him down, and even Matthew's Fisher, not enough to be able to catch out the Dark Willow. And you get a buyback out of them as well. So no Glyph, only a ranged racks left, no buyback on any of the cores. Things are looking good for SMG.
Gonna still stick around as well. The Kaz who just brought back is now isolated from the team. Whisper tries to jump the Kaz, blows up Arfu once again. They want to try and turn to deal with the support, so it's Genuel critted out for the Templar Assassin. A buyback out of no one. It just gets to blink away for the trap. They still got the vision though, no one. He's got the Aghanim shard to potentially protect him for the moment. MC is coming back around with a jump in. They're going to try and get on top of the Templar Assassin, but no one's still isolated. A dieback onto the Penguin. Now Pakaz is freely able to right-click, melts apart MC, who gets a defensive yours. Januel's even into the middle of it all, but they will not deal with mid one. Feasts onto the Rubik's Life. Now the TA's in trouble as well. But EG, they also bring some extra members. Whisper playing on the high gun. Mid one's got no boys near him. Does Bakaz have the damage though? MC tries to jump over the top. Bakaz playing with fire. A couple of right clicks are not enough to get the kill onto Januel as multiple fights are breaking out.
He bought back.
They'll assassinate the Phoenix. Meanwhile, mid one's chasing Whisper down. This is starting to get pretty goddamn messy for SMG. Bakaz straight on top of mid one. What's the call now? Mid one's got no members nearby to enable him with the stuns. He's going to run over towards the Conquer with the Rage. Should be able to feast on towards him. Beautiful stun block. MC. Fissure onto multiple members, but the Torrent Storm proving to be a goddamn issue now, but it's just a life steal at MC against the world like we saw last time. Can they get out with their own lives though? No way. Inside the base.
Tier 4s are getting hit, man, yeah.
Oh my god.
A lot of creeps as well. Kaz having to deal with that on his own. Looks like they want to try and claim that Megas potentially. I mean, MC, he's got Lifestealer infested inside of him. With the Ninja Gear, they would love a quick pick off for this Rubik.
And they'll get it. Wow. These two this game. Jesus.
There's a lot of trust being given into each other.
Oh, because? If you win this man fight directly on top of him.
Too good. Too damn good. They wanted to hang around for another couple of seconds. Could yoink away the Wisdom Rune, but we'll back off for now. Mid was already picking the tier 4 towers. I mean, why not? You know that there's no buyback on these 3 heroes. You've got the outpost control right now. You've got the full team lineup behind you. Just got to make sure you don't go in too early without all the boys behind you. No glyph, remember. No one's happy enough to play distraction. Looking for the quick one-shot on the back lines.
Might be able to find an Arfu. He's done it multiple times in these fights.
There's one.
But it does leave Panda... Okay, 4-star over the wall. It gets another as well, but yeah, mid one's just dealing with the throw and the creeps as well, and that's going to be all she wrote. What a performance out of SMG. Took them a little bit longer than what they were definitely hoping for, but in the end, they're able to get their first victory on the board, and we'll tie up our 4th series of the day.
Definitely not as convincing as what we saw from game 1 coming out of EG, right? That looked like